Camera rolling.
Shot 12, take 3.
धीरे कर.
यहाँ से लेना पड़ेगा.
What can I say about T. Randeep? He's an aspiring cinematographer and he likes to play around, play the fool and generally make sure people are happy and having a good time.
You know, he knows all about acting and clearly like there's this undertone of jealousy that he has because he hasn't got the role. He's actually a lot more uncomplicated than he puts out to be.
So the best thing about the character was that I didn't really have to borrow from somebody else or somewhere else. I just had to be myself.
He's a tough, unemotional cop. He knows how to change or how to vary his behavior depending on the suspect.
She's pretty one-track mind. She knows what she wants. She's manipulative. Ivana's pretty manipulative.
Balbir to me was a very impressive lady because I think she was a principled person. Despite the fact she was working with her seniors, she held her ground and was always clear as to what she wants to do. A no-nonsense lady, a tough character.
Sid is this rich, spoiled brat. He's been to jail before because of drugs.
I'm playing Vaishali Apte in this film and she's psychology professor. मेरे लिए तो बहुत बड़ा challenge था.
Starts off with this desire I've always had to play a dead body on screen. What if this happened during the play? What if my character dies on stage during the play? And then thereafter an investigation begins.
I much prefer the theatre. There's much more like interaction. And movies, it's a slightly different process. Movies can be fun as well, but like it's a different process. Everybody's time is important, whereas in the theatre there's much more time to sort of faff about and do nothing. You can just while your time away. Whereas on the movie set, it is impossible to do that.
But I think with theatre it's more of an actor's medium, so you're a free person. While with movies it's a director's medium, so you're just supposed to execute your director's vision. That's it. So you're more limited in movies, and so a lot of cheating goes around. With theatre you're free. Everything is there on your face.
The difference between the stage and the camera is huge, and I'm not always happy being in front of the camera because it's like you do the same thing over and over again until it's perfect. While on stage you just get the one chance and you've rehearsed it and then you just do it on stage and that's it.
I mean, the director is the boss here. Without the director we are like a flock without a shepherd, I'd say.
Acting in front of a camera, it's more about continuity. You have to have a very sharp memory because you have to know what you did in your last shot as you have to complete the shot in the same mood. So it gets that much tougher.
Shit. Sorry.
Oh my god, well, BC was frighteningly real, to say the least. Thankfully I've not had too many police encounters, but I felt quite threatened in the remand room.
And really good people, then especially is really funny. Kanksha is a gem of a person as well, so it was a ball doing the scenes with them.
Miss Marathi, men.
During the shooting हमारी बहुत अच्छी friendship भी हुई और basically मेरा दूसरा role था कि मैं उनको मराठी सिखाऊं और उसमें मुझे मजा आया.
मिस आपने मी मराठीत विचार.
सर तुमचं आडनाव ऐकून मला वाटलं की तुम्ही बेंगॉली आहात. तुम्ही तर स्पष्ट मराठी बोलता.
In multiple ways, I thought he suited the role perfectly. For me as a director, it adds to the challenge. If I'm working with someone who's not familiar with the craft, his ability I have no questions about, but he's not familiar with the craft. So it adds to the challenge for me as a director.
Akanksha's cool. She's like, she just gets in there, does her stuff. She's like, no nonsense, let's just do this,
My first impression was I should be staring at her. But then I thought, if there's an SHO, I'm not going to be staring at her.
I will say GHP, then you get your US GHP.
We met as strangers. On this movie we became friends, and now I think I can call Udyan a friend. Primarily because we shared a lot of screen space together and did lots of rehearsals.
I must say, the way they rallied around me to help me understand my role, to help me understand not just the role, but to help me understand every single scene, to understand every single dialogue, to help me, literally deliver the lines. It was fabulous. I mean, it was just fabulous.
I think all of them are seasoned actors, so I learned a lot. How they can how they are so comfortable modulating their personalities.
This being my first feature film, there were many challenges, but I think personally, the challenges that really show up on a day-to-day basis is things that challenge you as a person. And for me, that would have been the fact that I had to be a very structured person over the course of these 12 days.
I've directed Ajay on stage, so it's a different ball game. It's been really fun being directed by Ajay, being told, being kind of, hand-held. The director basically guides you.
Ajay as a director is totally chilled out. I don't even realize that he's directing anything. So yeah, he's like, हाँ ठीक है, fine, that's okay, do whatever. He hardly ever intervenes or anything. So I think that's quite cool.
Ajay always shies away from the camera, So I'm actually very happy that he played a character in this movie. He's always trying to be behind the camera. So seeing him in front of the camera was more fun, but as a director, he is a dream to work with. He's really easygoing and just so much fun. With him, there's never any hard and fast. There's never any you have to do this, you have to do that. The work gets done like magic. You don't have to think about anything. There's no delays. There's no hang-ups.
I think he's a chilled out guy, so that's the first thing I liked about him. And my reason to say yes for the movie was AJ, because I knew I could work with him. And he's a very chilled out director, gives a lot of space. At the same time knows what he wants. So the clarity, the vision is there. But in that boundary, he gives you space to experiment and to evolve as an actor.
It's easier to talk about stuff with him. In the sense of if I felt this was right or if this was wrong, I didn't have a problem saying any of that.
बहुत पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड है उसका चीज़ों को लेने का और तुरंत कुछ चीज़ ऐड करता है तो जैसे उस दिन हम डॉगी के साथ दिन भर हमने खेला तो फाइनली हमने डॉगी को भी शॉर्ट में इनकॉर्पोरेट किया सो दैट वो उस डॉगी को भी लास्ट तक नहीं भूलेगा अपने फिल्म में भी कभी उसने उसको स्पेस दे दिया तो ऐसी छोटी चीज़ें मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगती है अजय की.
It's just everybody, like the people. I think it was fun, We were laughing and joking and okay, another shot, another take, something's funny, something, it's just having fun.
It was so much fun working with everyone. It was as if I'm, just meeting my friends and doing the usual horseplay that we always do. Just fooling around, having fun, getting our work done.
What convinced, man? Don't be such a baby. Plus, मन थोड़ी जाएगा, dude, एक hit ले ले. चल.
अबे तू focus में है, मैं auto focus में, तो मैं ऐसे
अच्छा तू plus क्यों कह रहा है?
Plus क्यों कह रहा है?
बोल फिर से कर देगा.
Being on the set, I think I'll miss the friends around. We had a pretty comfortable, at the same time very professional approach. We did work. I think the shooting days reminded me of the crazy time of my theatre days. For me and for, I think, Udyan, there weren't many breaks. So it was that entire just work and work and work. So it was fun, tiring, but at the same time, I think I enjoyed the experience.
Number of things which I enjoyed is not part of this, part of the film anymore. Sandeep Kapse is talking to Vaishali Apte on the phone. That's the lighting I enjoyed most. I'm very bad in selecting my favorites and my list, kind of a thing. So for me, it's the whole film.
I still have these recurring things of the director Ajay saying, okay, cut, that was good. Me knowing that when he says it's good, he wants it one more time, and him telling us how it is to be done, and the DOP, of course, moving around all over the place, asking me to stay in focus and getting everything shot, and the sound guy shouting silence please. In fact, the whole ambience, I think I'm just going to miss it.
I think I enjoyed those pauses and those silent moments more than my dialogues. It was fun. It was difficult, rather.
So basically my challenge is bright lights in my eyes. So I'm not comfortable then because I'm, more than aware of myself then. Which you don't have to do if you're directing or, So this was the challenge. This is what I always think is a challenge, and first time actually with Ajay, I think it's less of a challenge now.
Okay, the toughest line for me would have to be the fish line. The fish that went from the first fight, suddenly, whatever. Well, what's the connection now? Those guys would just make me laugh on the set. That's why I was laughing, okay? And then maybe I kar lunga, don't worry about it. That's why I didn't complete it for like 8 takes. I knew the whole gist of the dialogue, but it's just how I wanted to present it. So the fish which had won, and it won from the fish which had won.
The shoots, the rehearsals, the practices, very emotional also, yeah.
What has really been amazing is you have something written and that comes alive in front of you. That feeling, that feeling of when VC Banerjee actually says knock knock, who's there, that entire scene, and many such scenes. That I think is what I'm going to really look forward to in the future. The fact that something that I've written on paper comes alive. A bunch of people, actors, crew, everyone together make them come alive. That's definitely going to be something that I'm looking forward to.
I'd say come and see after the third bell for the performances.
It's something different as well about this. It's not your run-of-the-mill murder mystery thing. It's, you're not necessarily going to come away with feeling, okay, that was, the butler did it and that was it. So it's going to have you sort of involved in these people and these characters and their stories and what they're doing and how's the cop sort of bringing this out, all of this turmoil, he's sort of, stretching it out and squeezing it out of people. So that's what you're gonna see.
Somebody gets killed, it's always fun, to see who got killed. And it's generally a really interesting film to see how people react in situations. Who dies, you find out, and who kills them, you also find out. But how you get to the conclusion is the most interesting part.
I think because it gives them the relief from all the stars. It's a fresh cast. It's a mystery.
You must watch because it's been made by a friend of mine, and he's put his heart and soul into making it.
You should come because I think we've made a good movie.
I think the people should watch this film because of the bunch of people like us with no producers, no money, putting our own money, sort of deciding that okay, we'll make a film out of it. And anyone who wanted to make film actually can do if one is very much determined. Second, I think plot, the script, the performance, all of it makes, I think one should actually watch it.
I think people should watch after the third bell because VC Banerjee has something to say to them. And what it is, they'll only find out when he enters from this room, from behind them, because this is where we're going to be sitting, comes in, sits here and starts off. So for that, and for all the fun that he's going to bring in when he comes into the room, people should watch the movie.
Very, very emotional, new learning. And in fact, the more we did it, the greater the jugalbandi we developed, no?
It's okay, sir.
Good fun.
Shut up.